Am I on? Aloha. This is Hope Johnson. Wisdom Dialogues Online. Yay, I'm on. This is so exciting. So this one is called Consciousness and the Manifestation Trap. Yes. So yesterday I was asked to talk more about what okay? So you can look at consciousness like this. Consciousness is kind of like between reality and awareness. Say awareness is here, okay? And you say awareness is who you are, okay? And then here is reality over here, okay? Consciousness is like in the middle, superimposed. Aloha, thank you for joining. Superimposed over reality. So then from the position of awareness, there's looking at what's on this screen of consciousness, kind of like a veil. So I hear that we are only consciousness. We are only consciousness. And it seems to me that when it's taken as if we are only consciousness, then we become manifestors. As if we need something. Okay? Consciousness itself is a projection, or you could say a state of mind, a similar kind of thing. Consciousness itself, let's say it's a state of mind, okay? And from that state of mind, there could be a subject and an object, or you could say a subject and a whole bunch of objects. See? And in that state of mind, it appears as if there are things outside of yourself. That includes your physical body, let's say. It appears that there are things and they have reality outside of your mind because it's a state of mind. We're calling it a state of mind. Nothing I say is actually true, by the way, for some of you guys joining. It's all just pointing to your own inner teacher, okay? So there's no reality to consciousness. It's a superimposed, sort of like a screen or a veil over reality, so that awareness over here is looking at consciousness, is aware of consciousness. It veils what reality is. You don't need any acid, I promise. You don't need any acid for this. That's just the ego popping up saying, you're not going to get this unless you're on some drugs. Oh, that's not it. So, since consciousness is superimposed over reality, and awareness is aware of consciousness, it seems as if there's some kind of need, because in consciousness, there's you and other. You and other. When there's you and other, and that's taken as true, then it seems as if something's always needed. Consciousness is here to represent the thought that something is wrong. Consciousness is representative of the thought that something's wrong, something's lacking. What is reality? You are, basically. You are reality. Okay? And everything that arises in consciousness is denying reality. It's denying that you are divine. It purports, it puts forth, it makes evidence that you are vulnerable to things outside of yourselves. Okay. If you want to know what reality is, just look at everything that it's not. Admit that it's not that. It's not that, it's not anything that you, it's not reality. And you'll find out. Find out who you are, you find out what reality is. Now, the manifestation trap. So when it seems like you want to manifest something in consciousness, like say better relationships, less judgment even, more money, see where I'm going? It's like any of the things that they pop up all day. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. You become a manifester. Come as a manifester. Not that that's really happening. The manifestation is coming. No one's doing it. There's pretending that you're manifesting. Pretending that you're manifesting. How do I use my mind to get a better this? To cure this sickness? To get a better lover? Make more money. That's a big one. Make more money. So the manifestation, when you take it as if that's something meaningful. Something meaningful. The manifestation is basically there to show you. Manifestation is there to show you what you're taking yourself to be. Manifestation, consciousness wouldn't even be necessary unless we are taking ourselves to be something we're not. Consciousness and what's arising in consciousness is showing evidence, bringing back evidence of what we take ourselves to be. That's all it's doing. So wanting to change what's arising in consciousness is missing the point. It's asking for more manifestations. Like say, okay, how do I use my mind to make my sickness go away? Like a physical sickness go away, let's say. How do I use my mind to make a physical sickness go away? How do I use manifestation to do that? And here's the thing. Asking for that is just asking for more cycles of sickness and health. It's asking for more cycles, which is basically like a warm-up for death. That's all it is. Like a warm-up for death. There's this attraction to death in consciousness. And that's why there's an attraction to getting these different things. The thing is, when the guilty thought, the guilty belief that upholds the world in the first place, like I am separate, I separated myself, for instance. That's the base belief. In order to see that, you have to see through all of the little guilty thoughts that come up that go missed all the time. Like that person just cut me off in traffic. There's one. That's an extrapolation of the guilty belief. Or that person wronged me. Or I'm too judgmental. See? Any kind of projection that makes you into something or makes anyone else into something, because everyone is you, is just an extrapolation of that original guilty thought that you separated yourself. So wanting a different outcome, wanting any different outcome on the surface, there's no problem with wanting. It can just arise. It can just arise. The thoughts can coalesce. Maybe bring the thing to you that you thought you wanted. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. But when you get involved with it and get identified with it as if you actually want that thing, it's asking for more manifestation. So if you're asking for more money, you're also asking for more poverty. Okay? it's always going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're asking for sustainability, you're asking for the opposite of that as well. Okay? It's always just arising and passing in the manifest world, consciousness. Okay? So the way to see through that and undo it and actually eliminate the need for consciousness. You don't have to be scared of that or anything, because once there's no need for consciousness, you won't mind. You won't mind. But first, it's about seeing through what makes this constant getting and then wanting, getting and then wanting, getting and then wanting. That's not how we're meant to live. And that's not really life. That's not how reality is. That's not how you are, really. That's just a setup in consciousness, okay? So when you find yourself, I just want to get this. I just want to get this spiritual even. I want to get this message right now. Let's say that. I want to understand this message. I don't understand this message, and I want to understand this message. So the voice that's saying, I want to understand this message, does not want to understand this message. It wants to multiply more not understanding, not understanding. So when you thought arise, I want to get this message, but I'm not getting this message. That's another manifestation thought. The only thing holding you back from getting this message is believing in that thought. It's believing in it, like you want something that's not already present. It's not already yours. You have everything as being. You have everything. So the only thing that's preventing you from getting the message is the idea, believing in the idea that you want to get the message. As long as there's someone wanting to get it, then there's something in the way. And that one wanting to get it, it's not really real. It's just that you believe in the I want to get it, and that's basically saying I don't want to get it, I can't get it, I'm not getting it now, maybe later. So say you want a new car. The thought arises, I want a new car. Not that it's really possible for you to want a new car, but the thought arises, I want a new car. The idea that something's missing is what makes the feeling of wanting. Okay? What's missing there? What's missing in that? All that's missing in that is you, like honestly, like in honesty. It's not the car. It's a feeling. It's a sense of lack. When that sense of lack is fulfilled, it doesn't matter whether the car is there or not. It's not up to you to fulfill that sense of lack either. That's just natural. It gets fulfilled when you see what's causing it. What's causing this wanting, and where is it really going? Is this idea of wanting something, even if it's wanting better health or whatever it happens to be, is this idea of wanting something really worthy of your affection, let's say? Or can you get the feeling of wanting? Can you get the feeling sensation of wanting and just be watching where it comes from? What motivates that? What motivates that sense? And then you'll get to looking at consciousness and what makes consciousness seem as if it's the only reality. It's not the only reality. It is not a reality at all, actually. It's like mist. It's like some dense mist over reality. And as awareness, you're looking at this mist and mistaking it for reality whenever you feel the need to pursue a thought that wants to manifest something different than what's showing on the screen. It's kind of like you're watching a movie and wishing for something to be different on the screen. It's not going to help you out. That's not going to help you to understand where that projection is coming from. It's not going to help you to see who you are. And when you recognize that, you're not inspired to follow it. You know where it goes. Asking, how do I manifest this, or how do I manifest that, or how do I manifest this? You know, it could be called the path to hell. I feel funny saying that word. It's hilarious. But, you know, that it looks like it's a trap. It looks like it's a trap set up. Oh, get spiritual over here, and then you'll be able to use the mind for manifesting what you want in the world. But all that does is extend time and make more time. Make time go on and on, more and more lives and deaths, which is not really life. Life doesn't include death. Yay. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. If not, hey, it was so fun hanging out with you. I appreciate you. And I'll be back soon to share more. Mahalo, aloha, and a hui ho.